Well, Charles will come in on the next conversation because now we want to look at what's happening 3 months after fire reduced Kantamanto markets to ashes. Traders who lost everything have received just 125 Ghana cedis each, despite nearly 3 million cedis in donations. Sarah Mensah will tell you the story first.
I've lost 1.6 billion.
It's been 3 months since fire engulfed the Kantamanto market, one of Ghana's leading markets in Accra. Joy News was here last month to interact with some of the market women about how they are coping. So they told us they haven't received any money from the leaders, although there have been a lot of donations to them. Today, Joy News is back here to talk to them how they are coping. Are they still using their monies to put up the structures, or they have received some monies from their leaders? Mama Keke lost everything in the fire. Her entire stock, worth 160,000 Ghana cedis, reduced to ashes. She, like many others, found hope in donations from governments, philanthropists, and organizations meant to help traders rebuild. But that hope is fading fast. Mama Keke says she received just 125 Ghana cedis as a share of the relief fund.
125 cedis. If you want me to say it in the old money, 1,250,000. 1 million old money, 250. That is each person. That is the money they gave us. That the donation and everything we get. 125 cedis so that we could use it to start work.
So what happens to the rest of the donations? Have you asked them?
We don't know. We don't know anything. They don't talk to us. They don't tell us anything. The only time I learned they tried to confront and talk to him was the day I was not around. But there are people here.
Madam Ekia received the same amount. She describes it as woefully inadequate.
Challenges in Yebebre, Sike 100 Ghana and 20 cedis and 5 cedis, which is 1.2. 1.2 and penny sika yenyaye. Enti ama esika 7 nko ye, ni ama ni ye free, omo di be free yen. E twa ebi wo ha wontimi ponton wie na ne wura dan wo kasa.
Unlike them, Dora says she was completely left out. She received nothing.
The money that was brought to the elders at Kantamanto, we being by the roadside, they have not given us anything. We heard that they gave each person inside Kantamanto 125 cedis. So even we by the roadside, when we heard it, we said, oh, how can we go and take this money for what? What can it do for us? If a bill is cost over 3,000, 5,000, and you are giving 125 cedis, what can you use it for? You can't use it for anything. So the elders here, they didn't try.
They received 1 million Ghana cedis from government, 200,000 Ghana cedis from Paramount Chief of Kwewu, Dasibre Ekuamoa Boateng, 50,000 Ghana cedis from Nana Kwame Bediako, popularly known as Cheddar, 10,000 Ghana cedis from Benjamin Azamati, 40,000 Ghana cedis from First Vice Chairman of Guta, 200,000 Ghana cedis from the former Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, 1 million Ghana cedis from OR Foundation, 100,000 Ghana cedis from the leader of the Movement for Change, Alan Kojo Tremanten, 10,000 Ghana cedis from Soul Travel Ghana, 10,000 Ghana cedis from OK Frimpong, 150,000 Ghana cedis from Absa Bank, 10,000 Ghana cedis from Wendy Shea, and 100,000 Ghana cedis from Stanley Kodia and Brothers. In total, 2.88 million was received in cash donations. Only 1 million Ghana cedis donated by the President, John Dramani Mahama, was disbursed among affected traders. That suggests about 8,000 traders received the relief. But the critical question remains, what happened to the rest of the money? Market manager Mr. Duchum, a member of the committee that oversaw the disbursement, has yet to account for the remaining funds.
We gave them 25 Ghana cedis like they told you. And the 25 Ghana cedis was a donation that was given to us by the president, gave us 1 million Ghana cedis. There was instruction attached to the money. He was saying that the money should be given to them, if you like, in the account they should go and buy cocoa for that. And so when we came, we collected the names, and then we had about 7,800. There are about almost 8,000 retailers. And so when we divide 8,000 by 1 million Ghana cedis, each person will get 125 Ghana cedis. That was why we gave them 125 cedis.
So the money you are talking about right now is the one from President Mahama. So what about the other donations? What are you using those monies for? And
so after the 1 million cedis, there were donations from corporate bodies, individuals, and organizations. And by the time we had a meeting, we got about 781, 200 Ghana cedis. Out of that, we have spent about 367 Ghana cedis. So we're left with 400.
Well, welcome back. The markets manager for Kantamanto, Mr. Educhum Atamenu, is in the studio with me so that we can get more details on this. Sir, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. You're welcome. My pleasure.
Yeah. When this happened, the entire country sympathized with these traders.
Exactly so.
And many philanthropists, poured in donations just to help you rebuild.
Yes.
And we caught wind. I was there myself. I mean, with the first week or so that this happened.
Yeah.
And they were telling me that they were paying 1,000 cedis or thereabouts to get the wood to put up a structure so they can demarcate whose stall belongs to who. And then the donations kept coming in. And we just, we're just chatting about how the president even gave you 1 million Ghana cedis. So in total, how much money did you receive? Donations?
In total, we received 2.8 million Ghana cedis.
2.8 million Ghana cedis.
So, out of the 2.8, 1 million cedis is from the
president. Yeah.
And that money was given to us specifically to share among the traders. Like I said, the chief of staff asked us to share it among the traders, at least for cocoa for now. And so,
cocoa.
Exactly, that's why.
How many traders do you have under your umbrella in that place?
We are about 7,900.
7,900 traders.
That figure is representing the part of government, but part of Ghana. So that is it.
So 7,900 traders were affected by that fire.
Exactly.
And then you got 1 million Ghana cedis from the president's share. Exactly. And then you have 1.8 million Ghana cedis from other donors.
That 1.8 million, out of the 1 million cedis from 1.8 was also donated to us by the All Foundation.
Yes.
To be able to purchase the lumber.
Okay.
And so that money cannot be added to.
I just want us to understand the figures because it's numbers.
Exactly.
So you have 1 million from President John Dramani Mahama.
1 million from.
Then you have 1.8 from All Foundation.
No, 1 million from All Foundation.
1 million from All Foundation.
Exactly, for the purchase of lumber. And so the rest, the remaining are donation from individuals and corporate bodies,
right,
to be able to rebuild Kantamanto.
Now, out of the 2.8 million in total, you shared only 1 million, which was coming from the president because he specifically says share for cocoa.
Exactly.
And you shared this among 7,900 people.
Yeah.
And that's how come each person got 125
cedis.
It's woefully inadequate, is it not?
Well, that would depend from where we are coming from.
Okay.
You understand? Some people, it's shared. Some have got 2, 3, 4 shares. So you understand? You have to add up. And that was it. That was the money that was given to us to be shared amongst them.
Okay.
The 1 million cedis for lumber. You understand? And the rest were donations from individuals and corporate bodies to be able to rebuild Kantamanto back.
Okay. So where did that money go?
Are you actually rebuilding? Are you?
Yeah, we started when you come to Kantamanto, right now.
We saw in the report that they are putting.
The place has been brought back to shape. Even better than it was. And so that is it. So we are still rebuilding. So we had a meeting on the 2nd of February, 21st of February, just to tell them what has happened. The money. That day we also told them that we have shared the money that was meant for that we got from the presidency. And so everybody, each person is getting 125. And what we did was that we gave those monies to the various chairmen to go. They know the people to go and share it among themselves.
So you didn't share the money individually. You shared to the chairman.
We gave all to the bulk money.
Yeah.
To the chairman. They know their people. They will be able to share it among themselves. So that was what happened.
How can you ensure that each individual who was actually affected gets their, portion of the money?
We also follow up, and we saw that they did the right thing. Anybody whose items got bent and their name was brought to us, each person has gotten his or her share.
One last thing before I go to Mr. Charles Kusi-Appiah. He's head Business and Economic Bureau at Guta. Mm-hmm. So how much money, as we speak, is in your coffers for the rebuilding?
So the total sum from individuals and corporate bodies amounted to 781,200 Ghana cedis. And so at the time we were having a meeting on the 21st of February, we have spent about 367 out of that. So we're left
21st.
I'm saying that
that's at 21st
we had a meeting
February.
Exactly, but we have spent 367 out of the 781,200 Ghana cedis. And so we're left with 414 Ghana cedis. And it's work in progress. And so we are still working with the money. As of now, we are able to fence the whole market. Part of the market was there were no fence, so people can go in and come out at will, and that also can be a contributory factor for the fire at Kantamanto. So the decision that we have taken is that we have to wall the whole Kantamanto and engage some security men who are trained as firefighters. Indeed, we are in collaboration with the Ghana National Fire Service. You understand? So they will be training these people, and we're also in collaboration with ECG. They will train them as to how, when there's power, they'll be able to cut the wire such that it will not get out of hand. And these are the measures that we have put in place, which we think that it will be able to help us to prevent the fires in the country.
Please hold for me. When you come back, we'll get into how some of your traders were still using their own monies to buy wood and others. I want to engage Charles Appiah now.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, Mr. Appiah, thank you for joining the conversation. Looks like the traders at Kantamanto who were affected by the fire and are happy about the 25 cedi or so that they're receiving. What do you make of the whole situation? 3 months after the fire, these are the issues that are coming up.
All right. Good morning to you and to your viewers. I listened to the chairman with so much sadness and heartbreaks. 125 in the disaster like this, what will you do? It comes to the point that we were discussing at that time that we need to have insurance for our marketplaces. Such reliefs from government will not restore businesses back to their days of good. It only gives them some space to breathe. But insurance will indemnify them to do 100% restoration. I understand the chairman, I understand the frustration he's also going through because expectation is very high. Everybody have heard that government have advanced some money to them. Corporate organizations are supporting them. So at least everybody is expecting some good money to buy stocks. But you can understand 125 Ghana cedis cannot buy even one meal from any good restaurant in Ghana. So it would have been much more better if they have not shared the money and probably use it to augment the rebuilding of Kantamanto. That's everybody will appreciate that these monies are there to bring our market back as early as possible, to bring us back to economic life. I understand some of these things do happen. I think we need proper planning going forward, how we do post-disaster management with our market people so that we will not be experiencing some of these things. You could experience with the interviews that you did, most of the traders are not happy. But of course, you cannot blame the leadership of Kantamanto. It is what it is. But we should do proper engagement going forward and see how, one, we have total insurance for every facility within our market spaces, do proper training on post-disaster management, and what I always call the business continuity plan, so that we will not feel so much heat and negative impact when some of these unexpected events do happen in our marketplace.
To Mr. Atamenu. So when you did a calculation of how much each person would get if you shared that 1 million among the 7,900 people, of course you got to know that each person will be getting about 125 cedis. Why did you proceed with sharing the money if you know that it won't amount to much? Because these traders are saying they spend at least 1,000 cedis and they had to pay for it to buy the wood that will even demarcate their stalls. Not to talk about how much it costs to bring bill and all that, you know, the clothes and everything that goes into actually selling clothes in Kantamanto. Why did you decide to share the money, although you realize that that won't do anything really for these traders?
But I said, actually, the money is, even though it's 1 million, when you hear this, when you come to Ghana, they say 10 billion Ghana cedis. So it means the president gave us 10 billion to a whole lot of things. And that, like I said, he gave us specifically that we should go and share it among them. So we met, the leadership of the market met, including the various chairmen, and we brainstormed. But we realized that they said they need the money. Somebody said, even if you want it's mine, let me get it.
But you are leadership.
Exactly.
You are supposed to be leading this large group of traders.
Exactly.
Only 7,900 who were affected, which means that the number is much more than that.
More than that, yeah.
Why do you decide, knowing very well that these traders need much more than 100, 200 seats?
Exactly. So,
as leadership, I want to understand the thought process in arriving at the decision.
Yeah, like I said,
still share 125.
Like I said, we have various chairmen. You understand? They lead a lot various markets. So we sat down. Like the brother said, we have wanted to use it just to help rebuild the market. But they were saying that that money was given to the market specifically to be shared amongst them. So we are representing their interests. If they say that this is what they want, we don't think we can be able to do otherwise. That was why we said, okay, if that is the case, then let's do what they are saying. After all, the money was given to us and there was instruction attached that we should share it among the traders. So that's why we're not able to stand on our feet that even though we are saying that we share it to you, we can't do that. We are representing their interests, and this is what they are saying, and we have to go by that.
Charles, so at this point, where does Guta come in? Because these traders still need help, and it doesn't look like the money that's currently in their coffers will be enough to complete the rebuilding of the places that were affected by the fire. Where does Guta come in? Charles, if you can hear me, unmute, yeah.
Is it okay now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you. We were sending leadership support to the people of Kantamanto. We also engage their local leadership and see how we manage funds coming in, and also do a bidding for them from government to other interested parties that have invested economic interest at Kantamanto to raise funds to support in the rebuilding of Kantamanto.
How exactly are you going to raise? Charles, just a second. How are you going to raise the funds? Because the money they have and shared came from donors, benevolent people who wanted to help them out. So how else are you going to raise funds?
What I'm saying is we are looking at fund management as one of the support systems. And when we're able to execute such projects well and have prudent management in your finances, it of course will attract other stakeholders that have economic interest in Kantamanto to come on board in rebuilding the market. I was looking at the economic ramifications for the period that we have to be waiting to bring life back to Kantamanto. Government revenue projection for this year, they of course might have also factored Kantamanto as another source of raking taxes. If government do not come in as early as possible, such opportunity to rake revenue from Kantamanto will elude them. So we're going to engage government, we'll engage other stakeholders, and see how best. In fact, the key players within the market, some of them, if they have other source of raising funds, we encourage them to come on board, because this is where we do our business, this is where we live our life. And we cannot watch for it to go down like this. And as I said early on, we will extend leadership support to the local leadership at Kantamanto. We will engage them and see what support, again, that will probably be extended to them to ensure we do what is right.
Right.
So that those who are looking for their personal interest, we will not allow them to do that.
But do you know of any persons who are looking out for their personal interests, Charles?
Oh, in situations like this, of course, we are human beings. Others will be looking at it's a good ground to breaking something. We will look at it. We will look at it. We will look at it.
Okay.
We want to ensure the right thing is done for the general good of the players within the market.
Okay. Charles, hold for me.
It's a responsibility to all of us. It's a responsibility to all of us to ensure that the right thing is done. Without anyone taking his particular interest into this matter, we will.
All right. Charles, hold for me. I'll come back to you in a minute.
Let me correct some impressions that he wants to create. You see, let me state emphatically that we are not part of GUTA. We are independent bodies, and we are not part of them. And like you said, the rebuilding we are almost done with the rebuilding, whereby 98% is done.
98%?
Exactly. You can send your reporters there. Because the lumber, let me tell you, our foundation has helped us a lot. They have given us about 3.5 million Ghana cedi for the lumber alone. And the roofing sheets were provided for by the importers. And even former Vice President, His Excellency Baumia, also gave us 250 packets. Desperate group of companies gave us 62 packets and a whole lot. We had cement, 900 from NPP, and 100 bags of cement also from an individual. So the rebuilding, we are almost done with the rebuilding.
So you don't need any funds, any more funds?
We need more funds. We need more funds. You know, we can ask for more. Like you're saying, our foundation has also given each person trader 2,500 Ghana cedis.
Each trader?
Each trader.
Who received that money?
No. Those monies were sent to them through Momo, to their phones. As about 2 weeks ago, we had a meeting at AMA, and the co-founder of the foundation, Branson, he said they have distributed 2,500 to 8,000 people, amounting to 20 million Ghana cedis. They voted 25 million Ghana cedis for 10,000. That is what they budgeted for. And for us at that time, that I'm saying they have distributed 20 billion Ghana cedis. And so these are the things that we have received. The rebuilding is almost done. We are almost about 99. We are left with the gate. As I talk to you, on Sunday, the person who is constructing the gate will come and fix it on Sunday about 10. We are looking for about 20, 30 gates around the market. And these are the things that we are doing. So after the rebuilding is done, if there should be any money, then money doesn't come to help the traders individually, just to make sure that they come back to their feet. For the rebuilding, we are done with that.
Well, we'll take your word for it.
That is true.
And Charles, I want to get some details on the Edum fire. We know that there was an interesting incident where bags of rice were rejected. Now they're apologizing and asking for it to come back. What's the latest update on that? On how Edum fire victims are rebuilding?
So that let me make some clarification to Chairman in your studio. My comment is not targeted at them as leadership, and we must appreciate that in situations like this, even some traders might have their personal interest that might supersede the total interest of the good of the market players. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
It's not targeted at them as executives of Kantamanto. Apart from that.
Okay.
Now back to your question. Of course, we witnessed the episode when the Interior Minister wanted to extend some support to fire victims at Edum, PZ, and those areas. Yes, those scenes, of course, sometimes you must expect them because people have different aspirations and expectations. And I am happy that there's no U-turn now. He's an Interior Minister, and the security of local market is also important to him. So I think he might have had a goodwill of bringing such support to our people. Just imagine the 125 Ghana cedis. He could not have bought, a bag, 1 kg or 5 kg of rice and that of oil. But such support from the Interior Minister probably could have given homes and households some meal for them to survive within this period. And I'm happy people in Kumasi, traders in Kumasi, have come to terms that they need such support. And on that, we want to apologize to the Interior Minister and to the Regional Minister for what happened. And sometimes they should also understand that it's bound to happen because it's a marketplace. And we have different people with different political affiliations, political exposures, and personal expectations. So we welcome every support coming from him,
Right.
and all other government agencies, and even individuals who have the good of Kumasi at heart, that we need to support our people for them to get back to economic life.
Charles Kusi-Appiah, Head Business and Economic Bureau, Guta. Thank you so much for your time this morning on the AM show. So I'll give you about 30 seconds
Okay.
before we go. Final word.
I want to assure Kantamanto traders, we want to thank them for their support so far. And like I said the other time, that we represent their interest. All money that is given to us for in their behalf, we are going to use it judiciously. Every person will be accounted for. They should stay put. Maybe sometime next 2 weeks, we are going to have a meeting to tell them what has happened so far, what money have been spent and what is left, and ask them how should those monies be put to.
Okay, thank you. Maybe I'll take a trip there myself to confirm the 98% completion.
I will be glad
of the rebuilding.
I'll be glad. If you can go with me today,
yeah,
I'll be glad. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Mr. Educhu Matamenu, he's market manager for Kantamanto Markets. Thank you. That's
welcome, madam. Thank you very much.
All right. Please stick and say. There's still so much coming your way on the AM show. We'll be right back.